The Queen of England is head of state of over 16 Commonwealth realms, which includes many nations and their overseas territories. The United Kingdom has close diplomatic relations with 53 Commonwealth nations and accounts more than 134 embassies and consulates spread all over the world. If you look back at the history of the country, Britain has made colonies around the globe, ruled more than 23% of the world population at a time, fought both world wars, including hundreds of smaller wars and battles in almost every corner of the world. Between making colonies, fighting battles, winning wars, ruling people, and maintaining good relations with allies, one thing is extremely essential, and that's communication. And very often, secretive communication, exchange of mails or parcels between Britain and its high commissions, consulates, and embassies around the world without being hijacked or compromised. For more than 5 centuries, the UK has employed a group of loyal men called King's or Queen's Messengers, who have carried the government's top-secret mails and parcels around the world, risking their lives and facing dangers that may sound stranger than fiction. These people wear plain clothes, travel in commercial planes, sitting next to you and carry no gun. Yet, this lesser-known service is dubbed as one of the most efficient and successful secretive services in the world. The service goes as far back as the 15th century, when King Richard III reputedly employed a messenger to hand-deliver secretive documents for his monarch. Later on, Charles II, exiled in Europe, appointed 4 trusted men to convey messages to royalist forces in England. When asked how they were to be identified as His Majesty's messengers, Charles II broke off 4 greyhounds from a silver breakfast platter familiar to royal courtiers and presented each with this token. A silver greyhound thus became the symbol of the service, which has remained so to this day. This also gave the messengers a nickname of Silver Greyhound. On formal occasions, the Queen's messengers wear this badge from a ribbon, and on less formal occasions, many messengers wear ties with a discreet greyhound pattern while working. This distinctive tie with its embroidered pattern works as a passkey and proves the identity of the messenger in situations where it's difficult to show the Queen messenger's special passport. As messengers proved their usefulness over time, their number increased, and by the 17th century, King's messengers became an important department in the royal palace. Starting from 1795, messengers began to be deployed abroad, and their role became not only important, but dangerous. With England being at war with France, it was now impossible to predict when a messenger would arrive back in London. Some were killed whilst on duty, while others still succeeded despite dangers. On his way to Europe, a messenger named Andrew Basilico was caught in France, but when French officers opened the package, they found nothing but bundles of plain papers. Basilico, knowing he was about to be caught, had eaten the papers that contained sensitive information. In another case, a messenger's boat and package were once seized by pirates. The wily messenger challenged the pirate chief to a contest of solving a chess puzzle from an old newspaper clipping. The pirate chief accepted the challenge, being unknown to the fact that the Queen's messenger had already seen the answer in the following week's edition. Britain won the contest, and the pirates had to let him go with his bag. Another messenger, forced to stay in an unsafe Chinese hotel, deliberately left his wallet on his bed, secreting his diplomatic pouch under the bed frame. The wallet was stolen, but, satisfied with his haul, the thief did not search the room further. Queen's messengers have faced threats of the sort one would see in spy thriller movies. While traveling on communist trains, Queen's messengers would carry portable stoves to get food safe enough to eat and avoid getting poisoned. A number of messengers have reported encounters with honey traps on their way. Women of rare beauty would try to seduce them in order to get secret couriers, while others have tried to persuade messengers to take them across the borders using their diplomatic passports. Commitment to the nation has enabled messengers to dodge all of these proverbial bullets. The Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations of 1961 gave the Queen's messengers even more widely acceptable recognition and guaranteed diplomatic baggage a safer passage without any hindrance. Messengers carry a special Queen's Messenger passport that allows them to avoid regular airport checks and provides them with immunity from being detained. Mails and parcels are carried in a bag closed with a tamper-proof seal and has its own diplomatic passport. This bag does not go through normal airport baggage checks and must not be opened, x-rayed, weighed, or otherwise investigated by customs, airline security staff, or anyone else for that matter. In March of 2000, Zimbabwe opened Britain's 6-ton diplomatic shipment, which sparked diplomatic tensions between the two nations. Confidential mails and documents aren't the only things Queen's messengers have carried in their bags. During World War II, Winston Churchill received shipments of Cuban cigars by this means. Each year, the Queen's pre-recorded Christmas Day message is sent in the diplomatic bag to every corner of the world. Queen's messengers today work under Foreign and Commonwealth Office of the UK government. According to the official release of 2015, 18 messengers between the ages of 40 and 70 years old are actively performing their duty for the government. Their number has greatly reduced over the last few decades because of the advent of satellite communications. The potential danger of cyber hacking, code breaking, and WikiLeaks won't completely eliminate this service anytime soon.